Today's video is going to be all about playing up and down the keyboard at the bottom and the top of the keyboard and how to do it properly and give yourself the right technique to do this. So first thing, there's going to be three parts to this. One is, what do the arms do? So when I'm playing low on the keyboard with my left hand, I'm literally just reaching. Now, one of the things here is this may seem like super obvious, but just think of how your arm naturally moves. And look at the position of your hand when you do it. This is going to be important for part 3, is it comes down here. Same thing for the right hand at the top of the keyboard. Same thing there. Now, when going the other way, think of it this way. Just take your arm, start with the right arm, put it here. Now, move it along the keyboard, keep your wrist fairly straight. Just move your arm naturally and just reach until it's too far for you to reach for it. Don't, move the shoulder out. Keep the shoulder fairly loose and comfortable there. So we'll just see how far you can reach without moving the body yet. That's going to be part 2. Now you can practice this with scales. When you're playing your scales with one hand at a time, just start where as low as you feel you comfortably can. I'm going to start a G scale here. Now see, the position of my hand is out here. Going all the way up. Same thing on the way down. I'm not going to go any further without moving my body position. You can try the same thing with your left hand. I'm going to start on this G. No, I'm going to start on this C way down here. See how low I'm reaching. I can reach for this C. I don't have to manipulate anything. I'm going to stop here. If I go any further, it's going to be reaching and I will be manipulating my shoulder to get there. The second part to this is that you can move your body. If both of your hands need to play down here, you can move your body for it. Now, when I say move the body, I don't mean move your seated position. Try really hard not to move where you're seated. Keep yourself seated somewhat central on the keyboard. And use your body to lean over. The leaning process allows for you to have even a greater sense of motion with this one. That's probably one of the easiest parts to this, is just to move your body. Part 3 is going to be a little bit harder to get used to. So I'm going to have to change my position here, my camera angles here, so you can see one more thing. Part 3 is the wrist. If you pay attention to your wrist position, you'll notice that when you're not playing and you're just doing this motion, as you can see on my side view camera here, that your wrist, if you just let it flow naturally, stays straight. Your fingers are going to be angled the further away they get from the body, either direction. One of the most common mistakes that everyone makes is, as we move further away, we try to keep the fingers here, look on my bottom camera here, the outer fingers, the 1 and 5, thumb and pinky, level with one another. Now, one of the problems with this is this can create tension in the wrist. So what we want to do is think about this motion and keep your hand in that position as you're playing, as you're further away from your body. This will allow for better control of all of your fingers, especially the weak fingers when you're playing. So when you're playing scales, especially to test this out, use this on all of your pieces. But when you're doing scales or any exercises, it's a little easier to focus on your technique. This is why, one of the many reasons why it's so important to practice scales and arpeggios. So if I'm playing a scale from all the way down here, I'm going to move my body. I'm also going to make sure that I'm not angling my wrist. Look at that angle of both of the wrists, especially this one. You can see it really pulling over. This is really bad for my control of the fingers and causes tension in the wrist. So I'm going to move it over and all of a sudden I have more control. At first, this is going to seem so awkward, but you will get it with some practice. Go really slow, one hand at a time. Let's try it together. So look at the position of my wrist. Now I'm also going to move my body over to help. Let's do the same thing with the left hand. Now, when the left hand is out here, it's actually a little bit easier to keep the wrist fairly straight. You're probably not doing this kind of thing, but if you are, just pay attention to that. Now, there are going to be places where your hand kind of naturally has is level between fingers 1 and 5. That's normal. There's got to be a spot where that happens. Let's look at left hand. I'm going to go one more octave. Then once you get the hang of this technique, it's going to help you tremendously with all of your pieces, all of your exercises. It is not the only thing to work on, but it will give you better control of all of your fingers. Just remember, reach with the arms, move the body, and make sure that the wrist, I'll show you in a bigger picture, make sure the wrist stays kind of like this. What we don't want is any of this with the wrist especially. And you're not going to be able to move it the other way. It doesn't go that way. So you don't really have to worry about that too much. It's just about keeping it from doing this as you're playing. Any questions, please leave them in the comments. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do, and watch for new videos.